It's a question asked by many people in football. Why are there so few British South Asian professionals? Over 7% of people living in England have South Asian heritage, but last season only 17 professionals from that background played in the top four divisions in England. But are things changing? We're about to tell you some brand new figures. We've got Riz Raymond from the Professional Footballers Association. We're also joined by Reece, Jhuti from Leyton Orient's Academy, who's part of the PFA's Asian Inclusion Mentoring Scheme that is run by Riz. OK, good morning to both of you. Great to see you both. And Riz, I know you've got the latest numbers with you that the PFA have put together, so tell us more.
Yeah, thanks for having us in the first place, Tom. It's great to be here today to talk about the work of the PFA and the figures. So we've seen a 29% increase in the number of South Asian professional players in the game, and since we started the work of AIMS 3 years ago, it's been a year-on-year increase, which is great to see as well. Not only that, one in two clubs have at least one South Asian player in the game, which is, again, progress is being made in that sense. And over the last 18 months, more and more of our young players are getting debuts in the game as well.
It does seem quite small, though, still, those numbers. So why do you think there still are so few British South Asian footballers, and how long until it's really representative?
When we started doing this work, myself with the senior pros, Danny Bath, Zesh Raymond, Mal Benning, Otis Khan, we sat down and one of the things we said was we wanted to change the narrative from a negative one to a positive one. Too many times in the past, the players have always been asked to talk about the lack of Asian players. No one's really concentrated on their achievements in the game, between the played over 2,000 career games. So it was a case of how do we change that? If we kept focused on the numbers, nothing would happen. So what we did was we looked at their players, their journeys, their careers, and to be a professional footballer, to have a career in the game, you need a good support network. And although the numbers are small, we feel like progress has been made. We looked at our data, and what it showed was, especially at the grassroots, around about 6% of Asians are playing football. So how can we see that in the elite game? At the moment, we're less than 1%. But like I said, progress has been made. There's still a lot of work to be done. And it's important that we obviously maintain that momentum, keep doing the work with the clubs, the players, the stakeholders, and be innovative in everything that we do as well.
Speaking of progress, we've got Reece here, and you're at the Leyton Orient Academy. Tell us about your heritage, but also your football journey so far.
So I'm a Punjabi Sikh, and ever since a young age, I've always loved football. So growing up, always playing with my local team, been playing Sunday League since I got my first opportunity at a club in COVID. Went to a few clubs, had some setbacks, didn't get offered anything. And then went to Orient at 16, got signed for a year, and once I got my scholarship, so now I'm a first-year scholar, got a two-year contract, and it's a great club. Obviously, I want my first breakthrough in the first team. That's the aim, and great club. Always having good experiences. I've got good people around me, like my coaches, like Mark Timington, Dean Palmer, and all the staff around, really supportive, great team to be in.
So how old are you now, and how long do you think it'll be until you get that first team opportunity, that breakthrough?
So I'm 16 now, and if I'm going to be honest, you just never know, because opportunities come and go. So you never know when you're going to have your breakthrough. It's just, for me, I've just got to keep improving, keep working, and then hopefully I'll get it one day.
What position are you?
I'm a very versatile player. So
there you go.
A lot of positions.
Yeah, you'll be in soon enough in that case. Good answer. Right, Riz, the AIMS programme, you mentioned it there. It's run by the PFA, stands for Asian Inclusion Mentoring Scheme. So tell us more about it and about also some of the professionals who you've got on the programme.
Yeah, so AIMS is a structured network of support for players on the elite pathway. We know that journey can be difficult, it can be lonely at times, and to go and have a career, you need a good support network around you. So we've got players from the foundation phase through to the professional game. So at the moment, there's around about 134 players on the programme, and our young players and families can reach out to our senior pros to ask questions on the journey, because everything a young player like Reece is going to go through over the next 2-3 years, there's players just above him who have been through that, whether it's a setback, being injured, not playing, out the side, going on loan, having a bad loan. And players like Danny Bath, Zesh Raymond, Mal Benning, they can pass on their experiences to these young players. So it's open to all players on the elite pathway, and it's something which we're looking to roll out, across different ethnic groups as well. So not just in football, but it can be run across many different sports.
Reece, what have you got out of the AIMS programme, and what do you like most about it?
Just having that support system, really, for not just me, but for my family and everything. I feel like the AIMS programme, it makes you feel part of something. So obviously I've got mentors like Zesh Raymond and all these PFA pros like Omar Beckles, Darren Pratley that are at my club right now. They're all helping us with my journey. So I'd say if it wasn't for having that support system, I wouldn't feel as part of something, but they've made me feel like I have something to rely on and someone to help with my journey.
Yeah, when I spent a season going to Bradford at home, and Zesh Raymond was captain at the time, actually back then, but you would have been too young to remember too much about Zesh Raymond. So who were your role models growing up? Was it just players from a South Asian heritage, or just general football fanatics? When
I was growing up, there wasn't that many South Asian footballers in my time. So as an Arsenal supporter myself, I always used to look up to Jack Wilshere as a youth player coming up, and he made his breakthrough, I believe it was at 17. So if he's done that from the youth team and then had a long, good journey of his, and now he's coaching the Arsenal youth team, so he's always been a player that I've looked up to.
Yeah, we mentioned there Zesh Raymond, a leader, Danny Bath. I think he's been captain at pretty much every club he's played at, hasn't he? There are obviously role models in the British South Asian community, and think about Mal Benning as well, who's currently at Port Vale, isn't he? There's another one.
Shrewsbury Town, yeah.
Shrewsbury now, sorry. He's, yeah. So if you start with him, here he is scoring at Wembley as well.
Yeah, and I know what a great feeling, to play at Wembley Stadium. Not many players get that sort of opportunity, so someone from a South Asian, Punjabi background to do that, I think it's a great testament for the career he's had. I met Mal when he was 18, coming through at Walsall, playing close to 400 career games now, which is fantastic, and hopefully he'll continue. Like you said, you mentioned Danny Bath. Danny's captained pretty much every club he's been at. Fast approaching 400 career games in his career, so it's again something to celebrate. Zesh and Neil Taylor both retired back in the last season, who have now progressed into coaching, and between them, I think they play nearly close to 900 career games, with Zesh being at Portsmouth, first team coach, and obviously Neil's doing their Wales under 21s. So there's definitely pathways there for some of our senior pros as well when they do come out the game to progress into coaching, because representation is not just on the pitch that we want to see as part of the AIMS programme, it's something we want to see across the game, whether it's players, coaches, scouts, practitioners, decision makers, so people in positions to see and help us create that change as well.
And I'm right in thinking this month marks your 10th year at the PFA. We're entering the 4th year of the AIMS programme. So what's your message to any clubs about finding the best talent from South Asian heritage?
Yeah, 10 years, obviously it's flown by. I love what I do, getting up every day, helping young players, helping families. That's what drives me to get up every day. I'm thankful to Maheta, the CEO, to really driving and pushing the work, my manager, Simone Pound. And I think my message to any clubs is, look at your communities, look at your recruitment processes, and actually start building relationships with outside the box, really. Because a lot of clubs will go to their trusted advisors in terms of where they get players from. But can you start going to your local gurdwaras or your local mosques or different faith centres to look at talent, which is definitely there, and start diversifying some of your players as well.
How proud will you be when Reece makes his debut, his professional debut?
Now, Reece is a great kid. I've got to know his family really well as well. So I've been to the club a few times. Everyone speaks very highly of him. He's very well educated, grounded. And I'll be delighted to see him playing at Leyton Orient, hopefully coming on against Portsmouth in League One. And hopefully he'll go and have a successful career. But he asks all the right questions. He always reaches out, and I think that's what players need. Players just need that good support network. So if we can provide that to Reece and others, I think we're moving in the right direction.
Between us, we've just made you get a first start for Leyton Orient this season, all right, between us. So Reece, best of luck. Thanks very much for coming in, both of you.
I was just going to say as well, we've got this, obviously, our new South Asian Inclusion Report as well, which will go out to all the clubs in the post. So it highlights all the work we do at the PFA, and anyone who wants to get involved, obviously they can reach out to us as well. So I appreciate your time today, Tom.
No, Reece and Riz, thank you very much.
Thank you.